December 2nd, 1988. Space Shuttle Atlantis clears Pad 39B. The crew holds one standing order: never discuss the payload. The U.S. government will not confirm it exists. A Canadian amateur astronomer is already tracking it with binoculars. For 36 years, the NRO has maintained that position, officially. But this satellite directed missile strikes during a live war. It surveilled cities and military formations with no public legal framework and no confirmed existence. The question was never whether Lacrosse was real. The question is why the answer is still classified today. 1988. The Cold War isn't ending, it's fracturing. A weakened Soviet military is, by most assessments, more unpredictable than a stable one. Desperate states make dangerous decisions, and the CIA needs to see them coming. The core problem is physics. Optical reconnaissance satellites, including the KH-11 Kennan, require reflected light to function. Clouds block light. Soviet military planners understood this completely. Convoy movements, missile deployment exercises, submarine activity, all of it was scheduled around Western satellite pass windows. Lacrosse was the answer, later redesignated Onyx, a synthetic aperture radar satellite, SAR, that does not photograph. It fires microwave pulses at the ground and reconstructs the returning signal into sharp imagery. Cloud cover, irrelevant. Total darkness, irrelevant. At approximately 1 meter ground resolution, it could resolve individual vehicles from 400 kilometers above the Earth's surface. 5 were built. Total program cost, classified. Public estimates exceed $4 billion. The first satellite traveled to orbit hidden inside Atlantis's payload bay, on a mission so compartmentalized the crew's own debriefs were separated from standard mission records. January 1991. Desert Storm. Coalition forces are hunting Iraqi mobile Scud missile launchers, dispersed across a country-sized desert, moving at night, and visible to aircraft flying at 200 knots. In the opening 3 weeks alone, 42 Scud attacks hit Israel and Saudi Arabia. Then precise targeting coordinates start arriving at command centers. No aircraft explains them. No acknowledged asset explains them. Briefers give one consistent answer every time they're pressed. National technical means. No source. No elaboration. 3 words. At least 2 strikes against Iraqi Scud infrastructure, January and February 1991, were guided by imagery from a satellite program the United States had never officially confirmed existed. The launchers were destroyed. The source attribution was scrubbed from every unclassified record. And while all of this is happening, Ted Malkson, Toronto, 1990, amateur astronomer. He and a loose global network of hobbyist satellite trackers had already visually identified Lacrosse in orbit, calculated its 93.5-minute orbital period, its 57-degree orbital inclination, and its approximate altitude, and posted every figure on open internet forums, available to anyone, free. The NRO was aware. Their official position remained unchanged. Silence, IN 1995. The NRO issued a partial declassification. For the first time, the word Lacrosse appeared in official government text, but imaging resolution specifications, still classified. Tasking protocols, who directs the satellite and toward what target, still classified. The same data the amateur tracking community had published freely, years earlier, remained locked behind formal classification in official channels. When Lacrosse 5 launched in April 2005 on a Titan IV rocket, journalists watched it leave the pad. Cameras recorded it. The NRO's official launch announcement described the payload as a classified payload. Malkson's network had orbital elements posted publicly within 72 hours. Here's what that contradiction actually means. The government's position didn't collapse. It shifted, quietly, without announcement. From this program doesn't exist to this program exists, but we will not discuss its capabilities. That is not transparency. That is a more precisely targeted form of secrecy, which raises a harder question. If 1 meter SAR resolution is already publicly estimated, and the satellite's existence is visually confirmed by hobbyists with backyard equipment, what exactly is still worth hiding? Engineers who built Lacrosse cannot legally discuss what they designed. Their families cannot confirm what they worked on. Capability specifications remain classified as of 2026. Whatever program succeeded this one, and something certainly did, carries no public name and no confirmed existence. Malkson's community is still active. They still post orbital elements for objects the government refuses to identify. The orbital mechanics don't care about classification levels. What Lacrosse ultimately proved wasn't that synthetic aperture radar works from orbit. The defense community already knew that. What it proved is that the United States could build a persistent, all-weather, day and night combat surveillance system, deploy it covertly, use it to direct lethal strikes in a live war, and structure the entire program so that no oversight body, no legislature, and no bereaved family member could ask a single accountable question about what it was pointed at or why. The hardware is 36 years old. If the technology isn't the secret anymore, and it isn't, then what's left in those mission files from those Desert Storm weeks that still requires active classification in 2026? The satellites are still up there. The question is no longer whether they're watching. It's whether anyone is watching them.